Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Ragadan. Let's go do Seela's quest at Gravestone Rock. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna send this guy to defend against this army. He probably loops all the way around this.
Let me help.
Don't mind me. Can we retreat already?
Don't hold back!
Oh no, a malicious cape.
Cover me, all right?
Demons are a little uppity today.
This will be quick!
I will resist! Prepare yourself!
That did not warrant a mass heal. I thought it was going to be the same random encounter we just did. I wanted to get rid of the exhaustion that we had, but it was unnecessary. Oh, let's go and clear this out real quick. Hey, traveling merchant. Really glad I took that little detour just now. Alright, what do you sell now? Exotic wares from faraway lands. We'll do personal protection equipment next. What does he have right now? Alright, Slaughtering Silence, an Orc double axe. Whenever the wielder of this +5 nullifying double axe lands a critical hit, the enemy must pass a will saving throw DC 30 or become unable to cast spells for 2 rounds. If you land a critical hit on someone that's casting spells at this point in the game, they're probably going to die. Not a bad effect, just not very useful. Could be good for like boss fights. Destroyer of Planes. This +5 Agile Brilliant Energy Estoc grants its wielder a +2 bonus to DC on Evocation School spells. And Terrifying Tremble. Whenever the wielder of this +5 Ultrasound Earthbreaker lands a killing blow, they deal sonic damage equal to the number of their ranks in athletic skill to all adjacent enemies. Successful Fortitude save, DC 30 halves the damage, so this is just more damage. Doesn't do sonic damage specifically, but you think it would. Oh no, it does say sonic damage, never mind. I misread that. Wait, that's not bismuth, is it? Good, we can sell that. Oh. Alright, so I would argue that this Earthbreaker is better than the one that we have, unless we're fighting undead. I'm never going to cast Horde Wilting anyway. Oh, that's so cool. Alright. What I might do is just keep the other Earthbreaker equipped. If I remember, I'll swap between the two when I fight undead. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And it matches that pretty well.
Adventures can wait.
Alright. Gravestone Rock. A huge ridge that resembles a gravestone. It survived the changes to the landscape caused by the World Wound and stands before travelers today just as it stood 100 years ago, in the times of Sarkoris. We'll rest up and enter. If I lose my sword, I have lost a tool. If I betray my heart, I have died. The words of our code never fail to amaze me. It's like I always knew them in my heart, long before I found my faith in Iomedae. Somebody level up off that. That's alright, we'll just keep him down here to the south. I think sometimes they'll come from the west here of the lands of Yath Watch. So posting the army there is probably a good idea. Oh, it's the first time we could recruit units in a while. We'll have them meet up here. Lost my sense of direction for a second. Soldiers have wiped out a gang of wild and bloodthirsty Kellids, descendants of Sarkorians who bent their knees before the demons. Their chief, a vicious witch in bloodstained clothes, died clasping her most precious relic, a Ring of Chaos. This ring grants its wearer a +4 deflection bonus to armor class and a continuous freedom of movement spell effect. Only chaotic characters can equip it. That's similar to what we have equipped. Ring of Imminent Demise. Well. No, wait. Where does mine come from? Oh, Boots of Free Reign. Never mind. I think there's another ring like this. But I could be mistaken. I may miss some, but that's alright. He can't cast most of his spells anyway. We're finally here. This whole time I've been so worried. I just can't stop thinking about the stolen souls. Greetings, Commander. Ethan greets you with the discipline of a soldier. He is calm and composed. His voice is steady. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever had another outcome. I think if you fail the check to identify the jewelry at the wedding, she probably dies, or gets her soul stolen, like everybody else. So he may be a little different here. And he may die at the end of the quest, too. I kept watch, just like you instructed. They're definitely keeping the trapped souls here. I've seen the jewelry myself. The place is well guarded. We'll have to fight our way inside. Yeah, and it won't just be a small skirmish. It seems like all the surviving cultists fled here, from the wound after they lost in Canabras and Dresden. Jaina stands next to Elin, and tries to look confident. You can tell that she wants to prove herself. She's doing her best to regain everyone's trust. Well, what is this place? What are we up against? It looks like this place belongs to those Baphomet creeps. Tila points to a few familiar symbols. I knew it. I knew this was one of their schemes. It was too elaborate to be the Deskerites. Well, it looks like we're up against cultists, demons, the usual. There's one more thing I should mention. Darek Sunhammer is here. I saw him at the entrance to the cave. He had the trapped souls with him, or rather, the jewelry that contains the trapped souls. He was looking at the different pieces, holding the gemstones up to the light. I think he was admiring his handiwork. It's safe to assume that he's a significant figure within the cult, and that means he'll probably be a formidable opponent. We'll find the stolen souls. We'll give those cultists a good thrashing. We'll make those jerks pay for what they've done. I guess we'll stay here and guard the entrance, so that you don't get stabbed in the back. But if you need help, we'll be there straight away. You bet we will. I'll never desert my friends again. Tila beams at her two friends. For the League of the Inspiring Cart. I'm so happy that you're both here. We'll save the day, together. I kind of wish some of these other B-tier NPCs could be like mercenary units. You could still bring them into your party, just not as a full-fledged dialogue character. Kind of like Pillars of Eternity 2 did. I think Elin and Jaina would be good characters. I mean, it'd probably be a little redundant, because you'd have a Outdoory Defender, possibly Sword Lord, and a Fighter, probably.
I'm always ready.
Adayan, Adayan, Unimosi Travisi, Aboran Sentes, Adayan, 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 Magridio, Turi, Aboran Sentes, Adayan, Unimosi Travisi, Unimosi Travisi, Unimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi, Amranda Drona Adayana, Inimosi Travisi, Inimosi Travisi, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana.
A bright future. Adayana, Inimosi Travisi. Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana. Matritium Turinos, Inimosi Travisi, Matritium Turinos, Inimosi Travisi, Amranda Grat, Inimosi Travisi.
This road has suffered enough.
Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana, Inimosi Travisi, Aborane Sentes, Aborane Sentes, Aborane Sentes, Aborane Sentes, Amranda Grati, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana, Inimosi Travisi, Inimosi Travisi, Inimosi Travisi, Inimosi Travisi. Stagioni Savitur, Stagioni Savitur, Stagioni Savitur, Stagioni Savitur. Ona Adayana, 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 Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Irimosi Travis, Ona Adayana, Listano Danyang, Irimosi Travis, Irimosi Travis, Amronda Gratior.
You call? Inimosi, 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 Tradisi. Inimosi, Tradisi, Inimosi, Tradisi. Inimosi, Inimosi, Tradisi, Inimosi, Tradisi, Inimosi, Tradisi. Inimosi, Tradisi. Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana.
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Woash. Na eya. Ora 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 na eya. Ora. Ha. E. Greeting.
Alright.
A test of my abilities.
Right! Take you!
Might be trap, might be treasure.
We do it my
Crap on
way.
that side.
I sense
Crap on that side.
something.
Who? Me? Fine. Watch and learn.
Play it safe. I don't remember where the enemies are in this area.
This is
I think it's
my kind of
symmetrical. Both lead to the same room.
Watch and learn. Pretty good, aren't I? This is my kind of work.
Follow if you dare.
My tail is twitching. Must be a sign. Ask nicely. This is my kind of work.
I will defend my dream.
Oh, that's weird. It was a
Might be
mythic,
trap,
but it didn't get back
might
up
be
after the
treasure.
fight. Usually you can bank on mythic enemies dying and then standing back up.
I'm off.
Maybe it's not symmetrical. Let's go back the other way
do
first.
what I must.
Actually, oh, there might be a puzzle here. Is that right? I don't know. It's been a while.
Something is not right here. Please, allow me. I finished here.
Yeah,
Is there more?
there is a puzzle. Solution is probably... I will figure it out. Might be on a note. Master Darek looks just as friendly and polite as he did on the day he welcomed you into his jewelry shop in Dresden. His attire is still rich and exquisite, but it now features a gem-encrusted symbol of Baphomet. A grotesque shadow hovers beside him. A demon. Perhaps the same one that stole the jewelry at Elan's wedding. Ah, the victorious commander and his valiant companion. I was so certain that you had been swallowed up by the abyss. Oh well, life is full of disappointments. Cultists are so talkative these days. Why don't we skip the heart-to-heart and get down to business? The demon at Master Derek's side laughs nastily. Why, valiant paladin, don't you want to know who you've really been dealing with this whole time? He's not just a cultist or a demon worshipper. You're talking to the Grand Master of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth. Well, I'm the person who killed Baphomet. You did not kill him. Not permanently. No, you defeated him. Once. It's a remarkable achievement, of course. But if you expect me to be impressed or intimidated, I'm afraid I shall have to disappoint you. I do not mourn my master's temporary demise. His defeat is nothing more than a setback. We may be forced to retreat, but like the tide, we will always return. However, even the permanent death of Lord Baphomet would not sway me from my beliefs. Do you know why the Abyss is so beautiful? It spawns new beasts to replace the old. It sustains itself in an endless cycle, the unchanging sum of chaos and evil. It will never cease to exist. His voice is a mixture of zeal and admiration. If Lord Baphomet meets his end, I'll simply find myself a new master. I have some questions for you, Grand Master. You can ask whatever you'd like, and I might even answer. But you don't need to address me by my title. Though it sounds formidable, it is purely honorary. It places no obligations upon me, which suits me perfectly. So you're the one who led the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth into battle. You might find this surprising, but no, that was not my role. The dwarf speaks with surprising candor. Demon generals like Jerebeth and Monago have rendered my services unnecessary. They are the ones who lead the troops in the World Wound. I realized that I could not compete with them, so I moved away from military operations and began to focus on my own intrigues. And it is thanks to those schemes that our paths have collided. Why were you stealing souls? Isn't the answer obvious? I wanted to spread terror throughout the city, and I could use the souls as leverage to coerce people into doing my bidding. I spent years developing reputation amongst Mendevian high society. Everyone knew who I was, and my work was in high demand. Then slowly, with almost surgical precision, I distributed the demonic jewelry. I knew when to sell someone a useless bauble, and when to give someone something special. Then I ordered the demons to act. All of the jewelry had gemstones that were designed to ensnare souls. I told the demons to capture the souls of the jewelry owners and bring them to me. All across Mendev, dozens of mortals were suddenly trapped. All of their friends and loved ones were left alone with their grief. They held the lifeless bodies of their children, or their beloved, and clung to the hope that maybe, someday, there'd be a way to bring them back. And that's when I struck. I threatened, I coerced, I offered hope. I did everything I could to tear down your crusade from the inside. If you had stayed in the Abyss a little longer, even a couple of months would have sufficed. You would have had an altogether different welcome waiting for you. You would have returned to find Mendev engulfed in civil war. I've met all kinds of monsters, but none of them have been this full of themselves. Oh, brave, brave paladin. Master Darek's voice is kind, almost sympathetic. You know so little of this world, and understand even less. Who is that demon standing next to you? The demon cackles gleefully. You don't know me, but I know you. We've met several times. Except I was the one controlling the body of your friend, the nimble but empty-headed Curl. How did Sela, Curl, and the others get involved in all of this? It was all the result of a rather absurd series of coincidences. It started when a certain knight, burning with love and passion, came to buy a ring for his bride-to-be. He was willing to pay quite an exorbitant sum. Now, I don't normally waste my time with mundane, ordinary folk. However, his ardor and the strength of his love, along with the fact that he was one of Iomede's nauseatingly righteous lackeys, made him irresistible. So I decided to craft him a ring with a demon inside. I took great pleasure in the thought that someday, he'd realize that he'd given a deadly gift to the person he loved most. He'd have to live with the knowledge that he had doomed his beloved to a terrible fate. Well, thank you for the valuable life lesson. I can assure you that this nauseatingly righteous knight has taken it to heart. I thought you were a master of intrigue, cold-blooded and cunning. But you're not clever or cunning. You're just cruel. There's nothing special about your schemes. They're just an excuse to hurt people. The more you talk, the more I want to kill you. Every word you say brings you closer to your inevitable demise. But I haven't even told you the best part, brave paladin. The most ridiculous coincidence of all was the halfling Curl. Did you know my Templars recruited him? He's been our informant for a long time. You're lying. Not at all. The Condemned provide an endless supply of recruits. They're easy targets. What they lack in quality, they make up for in quantity. We recruited Kerr when we were preparing for the attack on Canabras. If it's any consolation, the foe quickly grew disenchanted with Baphomet's cause. He refused to spy for us, but we gave him a good scare, and he gave up. We barely had to torture him at all. He continued to spy for us, but he dreamed of escape. He clung to the hope that someday he could run away, not just from us, but from the Crusades as well. He wanted to go far, far away, where no one would ever find him. And then one day, by complete chance, he found out about the ring that Master Darek gave to the foolish knight Elin. The ring I was hidden in. The demon chuckles maliciously. The idiot thought it was some priceless artifact. He thought that if he stole it, he could sell it, and use the money to start a new life elsewhere. He went to the deserted camp, grabbed the ring, and gave me his lovely agile body, as well as the chance to have a good laugh. It was so amusing to pit the valiant paladin against her brave knight friend. Yeah, I'm not. Absolutely not. Attack. It's time we put an end to this whole affair. Look at your friends, brave paladin. Look at the commander, the Crusade's greatest hope. You've led them all to their deaths. So, I understand not caring if his Master Baphomet dies, but Baphomet's obviously stronger than this guy. I defeated him, so I'm not sure
Stab you or zap
what
you?
this guy thinks
Why
is
not
going to
both?
happen.
There's something here.
Is what I
Distract them from me.
Master Darek Sunhammer is gravely wounded, but he does not lose his composure. He remains calm and dignified in the face of death. It seems that I have made a mistake. I should not have fought you. Still, I do not regret taking the risk. He turns to Sela, and there's a malevolent gleam in his eyes. You may have the commander by your side, but look at yourself, Paladin. Look at those you've taken under your wing. Derek's mouth twists into an unpleasant smile. Your friends are a thief, a coward, and a stubborn oaf. You couldn't unite them or inspire them to great deeds. On the contrary, you made everything worse. Yet here you are now, blaming me for everything that's happened as if it is all my fault. Somehow, I'm responsible for all your woes. My evil plans and schemes have ruined your lives. You believe that if you can just rid the world of evil people, like me, it'll become a paradise. Life will be fair and just. Everyone will be joined together in the bonds of friendship. He bursts into wheezing laughter, and then falls silent forever. Sela stares at Derek's lifeless body. She's breathing heavily, but you can't tell if it's from the intensity of the battle, or if she's simply overwhelmed with emotion. Is it over? Have we removed the evil? Why, that cultist scum? Even on death's door, he was still spewing venom. Janna pauses, as if she's had a sudden revelation. Wait, we won, right? We've completed our mission. Her eyes light up with excitement, and an incredulous smile spreads across her lips. It doesn't matter. He tried to poison our souls, but his words mean nothing. He has lost. Commander, Sela, I spoke harshly to you before. I said things that I regret. I should never have doubted you. This victory would not have been possible without your help. Sela listens to all of this in silence. Then she turns to you, and there's a question in her eyes. Don't pay any attention to him. He's a cultist. Why would you believe a word he says? Sela smiles grimly. Yes, you're right. We'll discuss this later. Sela picks up the bowl of jewelry and pours the contents into a pouch. Inside the bag, the gemstones gleam ominously. We have the souls. I'll keep them with me until we reach Dresden. Let's go, Donald. I don't want to stay here any longer.
pretty good, aren't I?
Something over there. We do it my way.
Alright, Amulet of Deep Roots. This amulet grants its wearer a +5 natural armor enhancement bonus to armor class. It also grants its wearer immunity to bull rush and overrun combat maneuvers, as well as a +3 competence bonus to armor class against huge and bigger enemies.
Follow if you dare.
I should be able to loot that when we leave. Alright, Jeweler's Notes. Chalcedony is a gem that is often overlooked. Its color evokes the pale blue hues of deep snow, much like the warm yellow glint of amber brings to mind the fiery leaves of autumn. A skilled jeweler understands the seasonal qualities of these colors, but does not shy away from rearranging them. Why not start the year with winter, and then move to autumn? And why shouldn't autumn flow into spring? Summer could be the last season, the one that reverses the flow of time. So that's the hint to the puzzle over there. A red gem. There's something unusual about this red garnet. Its size and cut suggest that it was used for a specific purpose other than decoration. We haven't identified that yet. Alright, Ring of Renowned Artisan. This ring grants the wearer a +12 competence bonus to Knowledge Arcana skill checks, and a +5 bonus on checks to craft potions or scrolls. Alright, and Hammer of Masterpiece. Whenever this +5 light hammer lands a hit against a target, it deals additional force damage depending on whether the target has an amulet or rings equipped. If the target has all 3 slots equipped, it suffers additional 3d10 force damage. If the target has 2 out of the 3 slots equipped, it suffers additional 2d10 force damage. If the target only has 1 slot equipped, it suffers additional 1d20 force damage. The wielder of this light hammer can 3 times per day use the weapon's ability to support themselves or allies. If the target has all 3 slots equipped, they gain a +3 circumstance bonus to attack and damage rolls for 1 hour. If the target has 2 out of the 3 slots equipped, they gain a +2 circumstance bonus to attack and damage rolls for 1 hour, as well as a +1 additional attack per round for 1 hour. If the target only has 1 out of the 3 slots equipped, they gain a +1 circumstance bonus to attack and a damage roll as well as +2 additional attacks per hour per round for 1 hour. Gosh, can't read. However, equipping or removing amulets or rings also removes the bonus. So I keep all 3 slots equipped, we're going to get a +3 circumstance bonus to attack and damage rolls. I don't think it's worth unequipping something just for extra attacks. But, I could be wrong. But I like to give that to Seela, then we'll swap to that, buff everybody up, and then swap back to her primary weapon.
I'm off.
And while we're here, let's go solve this puzzle. So it says, start the year in winter. Flow into spring. Then autumn and summer, right? Is that not right? When I start the year with winter, blue. Then move to autumn, oh. That, then spring, then summer. Let's start with normal flow. I'm guessing green is spring, right? Oh no, autumn is yellow, not red. That would do it. So let's have that backwards. So it could be... Oh, there we go.
I do what I must.
Be careful.
This piece of wall is definitely a hidden door. It's not hard to see that it looks different, or to find the built-in mechanism. If you're reading this note, I must be dead. Even in death, I've lured you into my trap. Greed is a sure path to the grave. I think that's what that gemstone was for. At the trap.
Desna, guide my hand. Make your peace.
Go.
The mirror has no magic aura, but obviously hangs here for some reason.
This is my kind of work.
Yeah, I got hasty, but yeah, the mechanism on the rotating wall grinds heavily if you press on it. Looks like it's jammed. Yeah, you're supposed to use the gem here, and I didn't. I don't know if I've ever gotten that right. I always click on the first thing that I see. We could try, I guess, doing this in order. So we do. Oh, we can't click on that again. That's alright. I missed out on some loot. I could reload and retry, but I don't know where my last save was. It's been a little while. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Next time we will head back to Dresden, take care of business, and continue exploring and questing and managing the crusade. But for now, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.